What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're on Call of Duty Black Ops freaking 3, man. I'm so excited to just play this game again. Now, we are, let me turn music down because I feel like I'm getting irritated by music right now. No, I think I can just turn that off. Why is music not, turning off? There it goes. So, I decided to do custom games with some bots. I played this game. I have this game downloaded now for a couple days. I've been hopping on. I was planning on doing a supply drop opening as well, but I kind of opened my supply drops already because I couldn't control myself. So I did play a little bit. And the lobbies are just full of cheaters, unfortunately, or just people who are just spamming like the LMG and stuff in the brecci. So we're just gonna play against custom games because your boy is ass at these extra games now, anyway, as we've seen with Advanced Warfare, sadly. And these next two titles I'm very, very excited about. So after BO3, we got Infinite Warfare, and then we have, I think I'm going to do World War II and then Modern Warfare Remastered because I want to do two games I enjoy back to back. But here we go, here on BO3, man. What a classic. I remember that's jumping. So, yeah, we're running the M8. My opinion, one of the best M8s we've ever had. I really wish FOV could be changed in these older CODs on console, man. Yo, Activision, can we get FOV sliders for console, please? That would be sicky. Very sicky. Very coolie. We're going to switch teams because I want more bots and less bots. But one of my favorite M8s, I know when I played this game heavy, when I played, like, this game when it was out, I know the M8 was my main gun. I used the M8 pretty much every day. I know when I was on my level 1000 account, I had about 40,000 kills with the M8. Like, that was my main gun. That and the Kuda, I think, were my big two. They're just, I don't know, man. It was a different era back then, man. It really was just a different era. But yeah, man, it's my favorite M8. I think out of all the M8s, even Black Ops 2, definitely my favorite. I think this is just perfect M8. It's just strong enough where you can go crazy with it, but it's not broken where it's like, all right, we gotta nerf it or whatever. It's meta. I really like this M8. I really wish BO7's M8 was as good as this M8. So if you're playing Black Ops 7, you probably already know the M8 on that game is atrocious. And I remember, bro, we used to go crazy on this game with the M8. Sorry about my voice, by the way. Woke up with a roughy voice. It was real cold at work yesterday with the wind, and your boy, I think, got a little bit of a head cold this morning. Hoping that goes away. Oh, I can't hit my shots. Hope my shots get better is what I hope. Jesus. We're gonna turn up the sense a little bit here. I feel like maybe if I turn my sense up just a tad bit, might help me here. Okay. But yeah, love the M8. Love BO3, dude. BO3, I spent a lot of money on BO3. I do not miss specialists, dude. I do not miss specialists in this game, man. I don't know why I keep tapping X to jump when I know it's my D-pad and my paddle. Like, what a bozo player, man. What a bozo. But man, I do miss BO3, man. I miss the, I don't know, I miss the era. Like, I miss supply drops. I know some people hate them. I miss supply drops. I miss DLC packs you had to spend money on. I miss all that shit, man. I miss having really sick weapons and having a bunch of weapons being added. I miss that entire era. And one of my favorite things about this era, too, is this camo right here. The Cherry Fizz camo. For a while, I actually liked this camo more than Dark Matter there for a while. And I know there's rumors that this camo is going to be coming back here in BO7. Now, if that's going to happen, I don't know. It's really kind of one of those things where I don't know what their plans are. And I'm assuming when they do bring it back, it will not be the same as it was here in this game. I think this game, it was just so special. Because BO3, in my opinion, is probably the most colorful Call of Duty we've ever had, in my opinion. Maybe besides Infinite. Infinite and this game are really close in their color schemes. But like Infinite's more of like a modern futuristic attire style design. Well, this is more of like the kind of like Disney style like color scheme where it's more bright, colorful, while the Infinite Warfare style design is more of like a backtone brightness and not necessarily like, you know, oranges aren't super orange. They're more like of a darker, more cleaner orange. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I mean, if you guys played Infinite, you probably know what I'm talking about and kind of understand what I'm explaining is. And it just, I mean, it had its own vibe to it, and I think that's what this game had too. So I don't think, in my opinion, that the Cherry Fist camo would actually be all that good in BO7 unless they really go crazy with the animations. Because while the animations have gotten better, like arguably better, there's no way to argue against that. You know, like Dark Matter in BO6 looked much better than, in my opinion, in terms of graphically wise, than the Dark Matter in BO3. But these games had charm to them that I don't think Modern COD really has anymore. Like Modern Warfare and Black Ops nowadays kind of just feel like the same game with just a lighter color palette. Meanwhile, back then, every COD, even when they were Black Ops or Modern Warfare, still had like they had their own vibe to them, their own feeling. They felt unique. I'm kind of cooking now. Now I'm getting the hang of the 60 FOV. I'm kind of cooking. But yeah, it was a different era, man. It really was. Like even like I was watching a video of Merc Music playing modded, the modded client for Infinite Warfare on PC, IWX I think it's called, IW4X or whatever. And even looking at Black Sky, man, which we're gonna be talking Black Sky in Infinite as well, when that game video comes out. It was just so much better back then, man. And same with BO3, dude. Like after this match, I'm gonna play for a little bit here, and then we'll switch out of here. I'm gonna go over some of the stuff in the menus, and I want to showcase some of the camos and a lot of the camos that I really want brought back. Now, I don't have one camo that makes me unfortunate. I really wish I would have got it back in BO3. I was one camo I just never was able to get. I spent a lot of money in this game, but I never got it, which was the Void camo. But I have all the other ones. I have Watermelon, Cherry Fizz. I have there's a Pledge of the Blackjack camo, whatever it's called, like that one. But yeah, just unfortunately never got a chance to. Never got a chance to get the Void camo. It was a camo I really tried to get. Oh, this is Sniper that I want back. Can we get the Sniper back here in... Oh my god, it would be sick if I hit that. We need to bring back the SVG, bro. Bring back the SVG, Treyarch. If you're listening to this video, man, bring back the SVG in BO7, bro. I think it'll be such a fun gun. It's the right era for it because it's a futuristic railgun, which BO7 is in that futuristic realm. It's only a few years before the events of BO3. So why not just bring it, you know, back, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You already brought the Maddox back from BO4, so why not bring it back, you know? I'm just saying, you know, why not? Now, a lot of people liked BO3 Zombies. I enjoy BO3 Zombies. But I have to be honest with you guys, I don't really much prefer BO3 Zombies over modern zombies. I am very much a grinder. Back in the day, I was grinding for nukes. But nowadays, I don't really go for nukes. I go more for... I actually went to ICR brought back, too. This thing's a beast, man. This thing's an absolute monster. But I much was a nuke player back in the day. Like, back in BO3 era, IW era... I was very much a nuke player. That's what I was going for majority of my time. And I really would like to see them bring back some of these old mechanics from these old games as much as everyone else is. But I do much prefer, in the modern age, the design of zombies. Like, I've been doing a lot of camo grinding on zombies nowadays. And I do much rather prefer having the access to... like loadouts and stuff in zombies. I just think it makes it more enjoyable. Especially nowadays, I'm a camo grinder now, not really a nuke player. I just want to grind for stuff in the game. I don't really care about competitively playing like some people do nowadays care about. HVK might be a good one to bring back too. I've been thinking about guns that could be brought back a lot recently. So don't mind me. I'm just kind of going back to the Treyarch games I have access to here on PlayStation 5 and kind of deciding what they should bring back. And I'm not gonna lie, man. There's a lot of guns in BO3 that I wouldn't hate brought back. I'm just gonna say, man. Just gonna say. Give me that gun. ICR, hell yeah. But yeah, so I don't really mind the old mechanics of like zombies, but they weren't my favorite, you know. There's some old mechanics that I would like to see brought back. Like, I think zombie Easter eggs were much more interesting back in past CODs. Why is this build so ass? But that's just my take on it. I know some people really like the old style. Some people really like the new style. I think that I would much like them to see do like a hybrid maybe of the two in the next Treyarch game. Or the next maps. Oh, dude, I do miss Tempest, man. I was a goat at Tempest, man. That was like my main shit. Let's do the Locust. I don't think I have any camos on it, but we'll get a couple kills with the Locust, then we'll hop back in the lobby and go over some stuff in the lobby that I want to go over. Now, this is actually one of the rumored, snipers that will be coming back in Season 2 or 3. It's in the files, apparently. We'll have to wait and see. Now, I don't know if it will be as good, because you have to remember, we're in a different era now of COD. So, like, you can see here, I'm able to black scope with this thing, no problem. I mean, I'm not hitting my shots, but you can get my point how it's so easy to aim. If I can hit my shots, bro. Alright, bro. You know what? I'm gonna let him live, because I'm ass. But it was a different era, man. Like, you could quit scope, and there was no penalties to it. Like, you could build your sniper however you wanted, and there was no sniper penalties. Nowadays, there's such a penalty to sniping that I don't think they could do the Locust as good as they have in the past, in my opinion. I don't think... I don't... And they could, but I don't think it'd be a good gun. Same thing that happened with the Ballista. With the Ballista, technically the Ballista remake, it really is just mid as fuck, because it's not gonna be like the actual Ballista, because it's a whole different experience in terms of the quality of sniping. It's a whole different ball game. Even the ballistic knives on this game are kind of better, except I can't hit my shots because I'm ass. There we go. Oh my god, so many guys right here. Bitch. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh, it's arm. I completely forgot about the arm. What a W melee. Bop. Wow. Not me getting tomahawked. That's crazy. But yeah, we have the XMC. I know we have the XMC in BO7, but this is a 1-for-1 remake. Because back in the day, this is what actually COD was like back in the day when we had weapons brought back from older CODs. We actually got just the 1-for-1 remakes with a skin over them, which in my opinion is how it should be. I think that's what the Ballista should have been. The Ballista should have just been a 1-for-1 remake. They should never have touched, like, messed with it, in my opinion. But, you know, it is 2026, man, and Treyarch's just gonna do Treyarch things. Get me the fuck out of here, bro. Dude, I remember the XMC, when it first came out, became, like, the meta gun. Like, everybody that was every sweat in the universe was using it. This is why I don't like 60 FOV, man. You can't see shit 60 FOV. It really does blow my mind that we used to play this shit back in the day with 60 FOV. Like, and we used to like this shit. It is shocking to me every time I go back to an older COD. Pre Modern Warfare 2019. It's like one of the only good things that Modern Warfare 2019 ever did was began the usage of 120 FOVs and allowing us to slide the FOV changers. Like, again, mind blows me to this day that is a feature that we didn't have for like over half the life cycles of CODs. AK-74U, one of my first good DLC guns. I mean, I had some DLC guns before this, but this was like the first one I got in the life cycle that was actually good. Um, I really had terrible supply jump luck back in the day, man. Like my supply jump luck wasn't good until World War II and Infinite. Those games I really had good supply jump luck. Especially in those games we had the salvage systems, the mechanics for salvage. This game didn't have it. This game probably had, in my opinion, the worst supply jumps. Um, I mean, it's pretty close up there with World War II, not World War II, BO4. Um, just simply because BO4 might be a tad bit worse just because of their battle pass mechanics, but their battle pass mechanics also kind of make them better because you can go basically infinite on your battle pass, except and then you just get whatchamacallit, you get more supply drops. They're just not high quality supply drops. But hey, let's go into the menus real quick and look here at some of the camos and kind of showcase some of the weapons that I think should be brought back in BO7 since we're on BO3. Let me know down below. Did you play a lot of BO3? I know this is probably most people's most played COD, but a lot of people haven't touched this COD at all. Like, there's probably an equal amount of people who've played this, and this is their most played. And there's also that same amount that have never touched this game at all throughout their entire lives. Because this game came out of a really weird era. This is like right after the golden age, as some people say. Then you got, like, obviously you had like AW and Ghost before this, but those games at the time were actually widely well received. There's this huge thing online that like these games were poorly received at their launch, when in fact most of these EXO games were actually quite well received, except for IW. That was not well received, but it actually performed better once it launched. But this game kind of had a good launch. And I know a lot of people played this, but there's also a huge chunk of people who left Call of Duty around the same time due to the futuristic setting. Again, I've never felt that the futuristic setting was bad. In my opinion, I never felt it was a bad thing. I think these futuristic games give a lot of wiggle room for these developers to kind of open their creativity because they're not limited by realism. I think that's a really important feature. So we go to public match here. Let's look here. So, obviously I have Cherry Fizz, but you can see here I have the Black Ops 2 camo, Weaponized 115, Cyborg, I have Newtown, I have the whatchamacallit camos, the Chronicles camos, that's the one I'm looking for. You even got Bloody Valentine, got Dragonfire, Underworld, this is the one I was talking about, the Blackjack camo guy, Cosmic, Watermelon, and Cherry Fizz. So yeah, I don't have Void, man. It sucks that I never got Void. I can never get Void again because it's not going to be in this game ever again. So that's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Also have Lucid here as well. On this account, since I've reset stats, I no longer have Diamond on anything, I don't think. So that's unfortunate. I don't have Dark Matter anymore in this account. But it is what it is. On this menu, let's go over some of the DLC guns. So we have the DIY 11 Raider. It's alright. 74U, XMC. I want to see the MP40 at BO7. I know it's in BO6, so I'm really hoping to get carried forward with that. We have PVSH, again, BO6, hoping it gets carried forward. I would like to see a Sten, man. I wouldn't mind a modern day Sten in BO7. That'd be kind of cool. I'm really surprised we haven't seen a FAMADS yet in BO7. That's something I think we're going to be seeing soon. We obviously have the Peacekeeper. I wouldn't say I might see an M16 or a Galil. I know the AN-94 has been leaked to be in the files, so that's probably going to happen. Probably going to get the Olympia because they love giving us the Olympias in these games. I think BO6 has the Olympia. For base guns, I would love to see a Kuda. I know the new SMG is basically like the Kuda, but it's not the same. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the Weevil brought back, man. The Weevil was kind of fun, dude. And the Razorback was god tier, dude, back then. ACR, Man of War, I really want to see the Man of War brought back. That would be a fire gun to bring back. And then for shotguns, don't want to see any of those. Same with LMGs, you can just keep them where they're at. I really want to see the SVG brought back. It was one of my favorite snipers in BO3. And I'm assuming we're going to be seeing the DBSR, which I believe is this one, at some point as well. But that's my assumption anyway. I won't mind seeing the RK5 brought back, or the Marshall 16s, or the 1911s. Any of those three would be great to see brought back. For melees, I really don't know. I think there's some in here that are really sick, like the Buzz Cut, Nightbreaker, Fireman's Axe, Path of Sorrows, all that type of stuff. But it is really just kind of a personal thing, I guess. We have the NX Shadow Claws basically with this crossbow we have in the game already. So yeah, those are some of the BO6 or BO3 weapons I want to see in BO7, and some of them BO6 I want to transfer over. But that's just my opinion. For camos, I really want to see Void. I really want to see Cherry Fizz, and I wouldn't mind seeing a Cosmic 2.0, like, and this Cosmic camo, but like updated for the modern age. Because Cosmic was pretty underrated. I think I used this quite a bit on snipers back in the day. It was a nice camo. It was like the weaponized 115. Because at the time, I think at the launch, I didn't have Chronicles, so I didn't have 115. Or yeah, I think it was Chronicles that gave you 115. Or maybe it was something else. Something gave you 115, and I didn't have it right away. By the way, this weaponized 115, not as good as I remember it being, but unironically still better than BO7's weaponized 115, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so I didn't have Weaponized 1.5, and this basically was a version of Weaponized 1.5, basically. I mean, it was very similar to the original, it just had yellow in it. I used this a lot, which was a pretty cool. And then obviously, this camo was honestly underrated, the Underworld. But it could have definitely been better in comparison to some of the other camos. Obviously, some of these camos are pretty fire. Like, these are all basically dark matter camos, but they're different colors. I know blue and red were the two big ones I used a lot. And then, obviously, Dragon was super popular, and Watermelon's a super rare camo. A lot of people don't have Watermelon. I think you had to log in, like, one day during 2016 or whatever. It's 2016. I think it was, like, during, like, the 4th of July or something. You had to log in, and you got the camo or something. So, that's a super rare camo. But, again, that was back when I was playing this game every day. So, those camos weren't too bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it for camos. I mean, there's some black market ones that are really cool. Storm, I would like to see brought back. I would like to see Haptic brought back. These could be prestige camos. Like, that's what I'm saying about these games like BO3. There's so many options for them to bring these stuff back and make them just as good, if not better, than they were originally. Is if you go to some of the other guns, let's see, was another gun. I think my KN, I have a shit ton of black market stuff for. Yeah, we have Ritual. Want to see this brought back. Etching. I believe Etching is what we have one called Prestige. It's basically Etching. This one right here, the monochrome. That's pretty cool. I thought I had more camos. Maybe it's the Kuda. Probably the Brecci. It's probably the Brecci. It's always the Brecci. It's always the Brecci, bro. Let's see. Yeah, we have Ice. Ice was a super cool camo back in the day. There was one that was super rare that I had for one of my guns. Now it's gonna bother me if I don't remember which one it is. Let me see. Kuda. Um, it was a super rare one, dude, and I don't remember which one it is. VMP. That was the thing about BO3, man. You had to get a lot of these camos from supply drops. So, and they were for every gun. So, there was a lot of camos in the drops, and they were quite rare. So these weren't a very common. They weren't very common. They were quite rare for camos. I don't know where it is. That's bothering me. I don't know. There was one of these black market camos that was super ultra rare that like people really didn't know about. Maybe it was Prestige. Well, this is kind of what we have right now in BO7. Maybe it was this one. I don't know. There's a camo. I'm sure if you play BO3, you know what I'm talking about. There was like a super rare, like ultra rare camo. That like was one of the best black market camos in the game. That was super rare. I think I only have like one or two guns. I don't know what guns it is for though. I'd have to sit down and go through all of them. I have a feeling I mostly use Haptic and Storm. I think from Prestige camos, I think it was very rare for me to use anything other than those in the Prestige, in the black market category. But that's just my look on it. But yeah, man, there was super tons of stuff in there. I mean, obviously you have all the specials as well. If you want me to come back and play BO3 and get, I have I think one more contract. Yeah, here right here. So I have this one right here. 56 out of 100. So if you guys want me to come back and do this and get these last 50 something wins I need, let me down below. I could totally do it. I mean, it would be probably not that fun, but maybe I could do a stream where we play BO3 and just like try to find TDM lobbies and just try to win as many games as possible. But yeah, let me know down below, and let me know what you guys thought about BO3. Did you guys enjoy BO3? Did you guys play BO3? I'm one of the people where I really enjoy BO3 for the most part, but it wasn't like something crazy where like I think it's one of the best CODs of all time. I really don't. I think it's a good game, but I think it had a lot of issues that really hindered it for me. Being the supply drops were a big thing. Those supply drops and the campaign was kind of mediocre as well. And the fact that there was no real camo grind for zombies other than Red Hex, which you guys seen here on the Brecci, I think it was. I had Red Hex on this camo right here. Yeah. So you had to get. So this camo's 900. I believe some guns it was 1,000, but I don't remember. But this is like the only real camo grind in zombies was these 4 camos. So really nothing special. I think that really hit me hard back then because I would have played zombies a lot more had I had this this grind to do in zombies. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the next game. Oh, we do. By the way, there is prestiges in BO3. People seem to forget that BO3 had prestiges. Actually, quite a bit of CODs had prestiges. It's actually quite rare when a COD doesn't offer some type of prestiging system for their weapons. I don't believe Infinite had one. Modern Warfare Master didn't have one. World War II did. BO4, I think BO4 had a prestige system. I know Modern Warfare 2 and 3 didn't, but they had Modern Warfare 3 and 2 had the prestige camos. So you were technically prestiging, but you actually just weren't resetting rank. You were just doing XP. Let's see. I think that's it. Modern Warfare Master, I think Modern Warfare 2019 didn't have one either. I'm saying it's pretty rare to see not a prestige system in the guns. A lot of games, COD games had them. But yeah, this game had them. I actually really liked the kill counter feature on these guns back then. They had like a little holographic kill counter on the side of the gun. I think that was a really nice feature. And yeah, I just kind of missed that feature. As well as you've probably just seen, we had paint jobs back then, dude. Like, we had paint jobs back then. Like, how crazy is that? We had paint jobs. You do little graphics. I think most of my graphics were simple, or I think, like, for example, the M8 has some YouTuber ones. If I can get to the M8 and stop clicking other shit. Yeah, I had a YouTube one. I had this one, Thug Life. This is for my original clan. Little Easter egg right there. Back when I first started Lightning Squad Clan, which is known now, back then it came in through a couple name changes, and one of the name changes during BO3 was Thug Clan, Thug Life Clan. So lols there. But yeah, very simple. I didn't go crazy. I'm not an artist, dude. I am not an artist, alright? So I didn't really go crazy with the paint jobs. Now there was actually some pretty crazy paint jobs. If we go to showcase, I think popular, we go to paint jobs. I think there's one that could give you dark matter. Is the paint jobs not available anywhere? Can you not see world paint jobs? I don't think you can. That is unfortunate. But yeah, basically, there's a paint job that I know is popular back then that basically turned your gun into dark matter without needing it unlocked, which was pretty cool. You also had screenshots. So you could screenshots. So you see some of these are from May of 2017, June of 2017, which is kind of crazy. Let's look at these real quick, actually, before I end the video, because this could throw us down a nostalgia trip. If they ever load, what is happening right now? There we go. If it lets us see them, though, that's going to be the big thing. We have to download them. There's no shot. Well, I can see right here, there's a quad feed, another big quad feed. These might be bots. All right, we got a UI error. Oh, there we go. Oh, all right, whatever, man. Whatever, man. Um, then we obviously had Gunsmith, which is the basically the system was you could make a gun and it would save that gunsmith blueprint for that gun. Because I don't believe I could be wrong, but I don't think you could do that in the actual creative class. So when you made a class, you couldn't save it. But this was their version of the modern day gunsmith, where you could save a build and then you could just go to that build and click on it. So you can see here, I can save it like this. So this is like the first version of that you're going to see in the game. We also had back in the day custom emblems. I know, right? Crazy, actually insane. So yeah, you had supply drop emblems. You can make your own. Obviously, people ruin that, so it is what it is. And obviously, we have calling cards. So tons of cool calling cards over here. We had like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3, sorry. We had some limited edition events like the Lucky Streak, World Champ, Fight Night. Eye of the Prize. We had some other limited edition ones here. Black Ops 4. I think this was for pre-ordering Black Ops 4. You got this one. I think this is the Zombie Chronicles one. I had a Flying Bee. I think it's another event. And we had the Soldier Raft, which is another event. So tons of options for calling cards. We obviously had these type of callings as well, regular mastery cards and stuff. We had this, which is super cool. These are like the supply drop calling cards, and you can actually get master calling cards for doing supply drop calling cards. This is something I wish we would see back again, where we would get like calling cards that we could get for doing certain things, that we could get all of them and get a mastery card, and we could get like new ones every season. I know we get like new seasonal calling cards, but I think these were much better, and these were like actually some type of a grind. Like some of these legendary ones are super rare. Like this one was super rare because this is when you had to do all the blackjack stuff. And this one was quite rare, I believe, back then. Then you had a bunch of common ones in here, and it was just a good time, man. I really do miss this style of gameplay. You can see percentages here. We had barracks. We had a zombies barracks. We had like the multiplayer barracks. And we had a campaign because this game had a co-op campaign. I know, kind of crazy. Now I did reset my stats, but now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't see a reset stat calling card. Am I tweaking, or is it a multiplayer? I think it's a multiplayer. Because I know I was level 1,000 with, yeah, right here, refresh restart. So I was level 1,000 with Dark Matter, Hero Armor, and everything. But I kept resetting my stats like so many times, bro. I was a dumbass kid, bro. I kept resetting because I thought it was funny. So now I am here with a Prestige 3 account with no Dark Matter and no Hero Armor. So that's, karma's a bitch, I guess you could say. But yeah, that seems to be it. I don't think there's anything else to really showcase here in BO3. That's pretty much the gist of it. Um, I don't think all these kids are playing BO3. Yeah, no. I don't know why it says in this area quick join for BO3 when they're not. You can go here and you can see they're not. You can see we had groups back then. Cabo Kill Camps. This is one of my first kills. We had a lot of people in this group. I don't even know half these guys. Like, dude, it's been a while. Like, I don't even think I'm friends with this kid no more. I am not. Wow. What a crazy. Like, I just love this dude. I love going back in time and looking. Oh, I want to keep going, actually. Hang on. Let's see what other groups were in here. So this group had 8 members, 51,000 members, and I was in Credit Lag's group. This guy had Noah J456's squad. But yeah, man. Just crazy, man. What a time. What a time, brothers. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know down below, did you play BO3? If so, how much? And if you didn't play BO3, what did you think of it by the showcase today, by the camos, the guns, and stuff? I still think BO3 is still one of the best looking games we've had in recent years, I think, in terms of quality. Like, I think pretty much from Advanced Warfare to modern CODs have been phenomenal with graphics, and I think my praises for quality of graphics and design and all that is going to just get more annoying to hear me say the more CODs we go over in the series, which is going to be like Modern Warfare Remastered, IW, World War II, BO4, like all those games are such stunning games. And then even when we get into games like Vanguard and Cold War, BO 6 and BO7 and Modern Warfare 2 and 3, like the quality is just skyrocketing. I mean, you play this game compared to Ghost or Modern Warfare 3, the original, and the quality is so much different. It's actually astonishing that these games were only a few years apart. So yeah. That being said, love you guys. You're awesome, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.